Have you ever noticed that most home gardens produce way too much food for a few weeks and then almost nothing for the rest of the year? Most gardeners make the same mistake. They plant everything at once. The result? A mountain of tomatoes, beans, cucumbers, and squash during summer, then months of empty garden beds and expensive grocery bills. But what if your garden could feed your family nearly all year long? Today, I'll show you 15 powerful crops that work together to create a year-round food system. Some provide fresh harvests in spring. Some thrive through summer. Others store for months and keep feeding your family deep into winter. Let's get started. Garlic. Garlic is one of the smartest crops you can grow. Plant it in autumn and it quietly develops roots throughout winter. By early summer, you'll harvest beautiful bulbs that can be stored for up to a year. A small garlic bed can produce enough garlic for an entire family. And don't forget the garlic scapes. These tender flower stalks are delicious and often considered a bonus harvest. 2. Broad beans. Broad beans, also known as fava beans, are among the earliest vegetables you'll harvest. They tolerate cool temperatures extremely well. Many gardeners sow them in autumn for an early spring crop. They're packed with protein and improve soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. That means they help feed the crops that come after them. 3. Purple sprouting broccoli. Most vegetables disappear during winter. Purple sprouting broccoli does the opposite. It waits patiently through the cold months and then explodes with harvests when little else is growing. One plant can provide dozens of harvests over several weeks. It's one of the most productive cool season crops you can grow. 4. Kale. If there were a king of winter vegetables, kale would wear the crown. Unlike lettuce, kale actually improves after frost. Cold weather makes its leaves sweeter and more flavorful. Harvest the lower leaves first, and the plant will continue producing for months. Many gardeners enjoy fresh kale all winter from just a few plants. 5. Spinach. Spinach is one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables on the planet. It's loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. While it struggles during hot weather, it thrives in cool temperatures. Plant it in autumn and again in late winter for continuous harvests. A small patch can provide salads and greens for weeks. Leeks are one of the most underrated crops in the garden. They take patience to grow, but once mature, they can stay in the ground for months. Need vegetables in January? Simply walk outside and harvest a leek. No storage required. No refrigeration needed. Just fresh food whenever you need it. 7. Carrots. Most gardeners plant carrots once. Successful gardeners plant them twice. The second planting is often the most valuable. Late-season carrots can remain in the ground or be stored for months. They're sweet, nutritious, and incredibly versatile in the kitchen. 8. Climbing beans. If you want maximum harvest from minimum space, climbing beans are hard to beat. They grow vertically, they produce heavily, and with staggered planting, you can extend your harvest season significantly. Fresh beans are fantastic. Frozen beans are even better when winter arrives. 9. Winter squash. Winter squash is basically nature's food storage system. Unlike zucchini or summer squash, these varieties can last for months after harvest. Properly cured squash often remains edible well into winter. A few healthy plants can provide dozens of nutritious meals. 10. Dry beans. Dry beans are survival garden superstars. They provide protein. They store for years, and they require very little processing. Simply allow the pods to mature and dry. Harvest the beans, store them in jars, and enjoy them all winter long. 11.
Potatoes. Potatoes remain one of the world's most important food crops for a reason. They're productive, they're filling, and they're easy to store. A modest potato patch can provide months of food for a family. Stored correctly, potatoes remain usable deep into winter. 12. Onions. No kitchen garden is complete without onions. Plant them once, harvest them in late summer, cure them properly, and enjoy fresh onions for months. Together with garlic and leeks, onions create the foundation of countless meals throughout the year. Tomatoes are the heart of the summer garden, but their true value isn't just fresh eating, it's preservation. Turn your harvest into sauces, pastes, and canned products. Those jars become the taste of summer during the coldest months of winter. A handful of plants can create an impressive supply of homemade tomato products. 14. Swiss chard. Swiss chard may be one of the most productive vegetables ever grown. The leaves can be eaten like spinach. The stalks can be cooked separately, and the plant continues producing for months. Unlike spinach, it tolerates heat much better, making it one of the most reliable greens in the garden. 15. Parsnips. And finally, one of the most underrated crops of all, parsnips. Most people ignore them, but experienced gardeners know their secret. Parsnips become sweeter after frost. The cold transforms their starches into natural sugars. Leaving them in the ground through winter often produces the best flavor possible. They're one of the final harvests of the gardening year and one of the most satisfying.
When you look at these 15 crops individually, they may not seem extraordinary, but together, they create something powerful. Fresh harvests in spring, abundance during summer, storage crops for autumn, reliable food through winter. Instead of one short burst of production, you create a garden that works for you all year long. So here's your challenge. Choose the crops that fit your climate. Start planning your planting calendar and begin building a garden that doesn't just grow food, but helps feed your family month after month. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Vanta Agri Hub and join us for more practical gardening and agriculture knowledge. See you in the next video.